Hello, everybody. I'm your boy Nikki. Welcome back to the New Vegas Talk Show, where we play New Vegas and talk about topics. Today, we're going to be talking about the problem that everyone in gaming has, but not everyone talks about. It's the gaming backlog, and if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you have one too. If you're unfamiliar, the backlog is the list of games that you swear and you promise to the heavens that you're gonna play, but that list just gets longer and longer. And each time you knock one off the list, another one gets added onto it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and all of you have a gaming backlog. If you wouldn't mind being so generous, drop your backlog on the description or on the comment section below. I'd love to hear what games you guys are planning on playing. But this is such a big problem in gaming because, like, we as people, we get so interested in like a variety of different things, right? And we see a game, we're like, man, that looks so cool. Or we see another game, we're like, that's so cool. Maybe we played a game in a series like Fallout New Vegas, and we're like, man, I want to play all the other ones. That sounds like a lot of fun. But then we realize that those are huge time commitments, and maybe it's just like the problem of getting started, where we have to, actually boot up the game and get past that mental block. But for all of us, for me, I know definitely, like, that list is always there. So much so that my friends and I, we have a Discord server where we have catalog night, where we basically just try to whittle away at the games on our backlog so we can get through all the gaming experiences we want to get to. So the problem that I have with this is that I have a bunch of different platforms that I have my backlog on. I'm actually going to go through some today because I have my Steam library. Let me know if these are games that you guys have played at any point or games that you've heard about and you're like, that sounds cool as fuck. I watched the footage as I talk, and I just stepped on a landmine, and then I go through the next 5 minutes of trying to get a doctor's bag because I'm on hardcore. So, speaking of Fallout, Fallout 76 is on my backlog, and it is because I played it when it first came out. I liked it initially, but then I was like, this game's kind of a scam, low-key, so I stopped playing it, and then people were like, it got better, it's better, Nikki, you gotta play it. And then, in my channel, people talk Bethesda shit, so people love to tell me that I'm wrong for hating that game, so I have to go back and play it, which I'm not looking forward to, which is why it's been on the backlog for 4 years. So I'm just gonna gush about some series that I love. Let me know again if these are series that you guys like, if these are game series that you've played before. So just looking at my Steam library real quick, I'm looking at Saints Row 2. That's on my backlog. I played Saints Row the 3rd and I played Saints Row 4. It's like, if you've never played Saints Row, it's like a knockoff GTA where it's like a cartoon version of it where you get superpowers in the 4th game, and the 3rd game is just like overly cartoony and silly. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I've seen clips from Saints Row 2. It's more like GTA 3, like the original, GTAs. And it's really like the whole appeal of Saints Row is that it's super, super funny. So I'm looking forward to playing Saints Row at some point. I'm looking at Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil is one of those interesting series where I know a lot about the Resident Evil series, but I've only played Revelations. And like a weird spin-off game called The Mercenaries for the 3DS. Which was, if you don't know, it's the zombies mode, or like the arcade mode for Resident Evil 5, and it was ported to the 3DS because I was a 3DS kid. And I've looked into all the Resident Evil games, but again, these games are kind of time commitments, right? Resident Evil's cool as fuck, but I'm also a bitch. I played the first one too, but I'm not gonna lie, I was live streaming the first Resident Evil game, and dude, that game is confusing. Like, it's scary, it's terrifying, but you're also figuring out puzzles as you do it, which most people wouldn't expect Resident Evil to be a puzzle game. But believe it or not, it is. The early ones are really confusing puzzle-wise, and while you're trying to figure out your puzzles, you're trying to not get jumped and die, because the game's also really hard. I love Resident Evil 1, but man, that's one of the scariest games I've played, just because of the creep factor. It's one of those, the camera angles of the original games are genius, because if you've never seen Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 is where they stopped at those creepy ass camera angles, it is terrifying because they give you the worst angles where you can't see shit around a corner, and there will just be a zombie lurking there and they'll jump you, and it's terrifying, and I hate it. And but I love it, and it's part of what makes Resident Evil so good. So the remake of Resident Evil 2, I have it, but I haven't played it. Also, fun thing about Backlog is that a lot of us tend to buy these games, especially, I've gotten better at this as time's gone on, but games that you've wanted to play will drop on sale, and you'll buy them, and then they sit in your library with dust all over it. And I feel bad, so I've come up with a practice that helps me not waste my money. And that's, I'm okay paying full price for a game when I'm ready to play it. Because I will save myself so much money on games that I will never play because they will sit in the library and I'll never touch them just because they had a good deal on it. I'll save more money if I just pay full price for one game when I'm ready to play it. So that's a big one. Cyberpunk 2077 is sitting in my backlog. I, again, got that when it was on sale. It looks really good. I heard a lot of good things after it got patched, and it's no longer like a buggy mess. But I hear that it's really good. Another Resident Evil game. God damn, I have too many Resident Evil games. Crazy. Wolfenstein 2, New Colossus. Wolfenstein's really cool. So if you've never played Wolfenstein, I like the Bethesda ones because they're super goofy, but they're also just like a really fun standard shooter. I love it. So if you've never played Wolfenstein, I've played Old Blood. I just recently finished New Order like a couple months ago. And now I have to play Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. I heard Young Blood was okay. I don't know about it, but if you've never played Wolfenstein, it's a really fun game where it's just like, it's a post-World War II where the Nazis win the war, and now America is just fucking Naziified, and it's like the resistance of trying to kill the Nazis and shit like that. And it's like a weird, like, Fallout-esque cyberpunk retrofuturism where it's like the 1960s, but if it was like different technology. Wolfenstein's really cool. I like it. The original Wolfensteins I could get into because those games were just they're clunky, they're old, they're dated, and they're cool. I played the original Doom on my calculator in math class in high school because Doom is cool, and it's the same thing as Wolfenstein. I could never just get into it. That was just my thing. I'm looking at Sea of Thieves. I don't like Sea of Thieves. So a lot of people love Sea of Thieves. I don't. Just because I think it's really boring. I'm going to be real. Sea of Thieves is really boring. The only reason I played it is because the girl I liked was playing it at the time. So her and I spent a lot of time playing it. But other than that, I don't like Sea of Thieves. It's just boring. Red Dead 2. I'm in the process of playing it. That game is so good. Red Dead 2 is a game of the century. And my only problem is it's so long and it's really drawn out. It's really fun. It's amazing. It sucks you in. But man, that game takes forever to get through. So I'm slowly but surely chipping away. Red Dead 1 is on my backlog. I really want to play Red Dead 1, but I have to finish Red Dead 2 first. I'm looking at GTA 5. Grand Theft Auto is one of those weird series where I've spent a lot of time on it, but I've never finished the storyline of a game. I got really far in GTA 5, like really, I'm pretty sure I was close to the end of the game, and I just never finished it because I got caught up just doing side shit, which is part of the fun in like open world, do what you want games, is just doing whatever the fuck you want. So that's kind of my take on that. Scrolling down here, seeing what I have. I played Outer World. I'm looking at Outer Worlds right now. Okay, kill me if you want, but Outer Worlds I think was boring. It was really disappointing. I heard so much hype about Outer Worlds. I love Obsidian for making this game that you're watching now, Fallout New Vegas. But man, Obsidian changed since they made New Vegas. Outer Worlds just is not the same. It was just boring. It had really good RPG systems. It had really interesting dialogue variation. But it was just boring. They didn't do anything with it. I played like 5 hours of that game, and I was like, all right, that's about it from me, Chief. I'm done. And maybe you could argue that 5 hours isn't enough time. You know, you're like, oh, well, you know, Outer Worlds has a lot more to offer later on. It just couldn't hook me. I wasn't interested in the setting. I really wasn't interested in the characters. I wasn't interested in the storyline. The choices were awesome. You had different, like, meaningful choices, but I just wasn't interested in it. It was boring to me. I'm done with the whole space shit. And that's why, like, I dogged on Starfield when Starfield came out, because I'm just done with this. Dude, we did the space shit, like, 10 years ago. Let's, like, with freaking Mass Effect. Like, we're done. Is Mass Effect 20 now? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm only 22, but I feel old. I'm gonna be 22, but by the time you're watching this, I'm probably 22. My birthday's in a week, by the way, so we'll see what we're doing. I'm probably gonna go to Zion for that because I'm in Vegas until August. I finally got a move out date. I'm going to or not Los Angeles, but SoCal again, and I'm gonna see Zion before. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's also on my playlist. So I played 2 out of the 3 Tomb Raider trilogy games. The original Tomb Raider game is really good. So Tomb Raider is a really good like off RPG game. Like, I don't know. I just think Tomb Raider is like a gem in the rough, but it's like a play once and you're done type gem, right? So I played the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider. I thought that was really cool. It was my introduction to the series. I was like, damn, Tomb Raider is cool as fuck. So cool. And then I played Rise of the Tomb Raider, and that shit was awesome, but my load time sucked because my computer was not built for it. And then I bought Shadow of the Tomb Raider when it came out, and lo and behold, it's been sitting in my library for fucking 6 years at this point, that's crazy. That shit came out in like 2018. It's been like 7-8 years. God damn. I gotta play it. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is on my backlog. What else is on my backlog? Let's take a look. I literally have a whole freaking Steam thing. Oh, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. So Deus Ex is one of those also, like, I've tried a lot of off RPG games, which, by the way, I totally recommend. If you haven't, and you can also use this backlog, if you haven't played any of these games, give them a shot, because I'll give you recommendations off of it. I played Deus Ex Human Revolution because I kind of grew up with it a little bit, because in 2016, which is crazy to say that was 9 years ago, almost 10 because they gave it in January 2016. It was a Games with Gold title for Xbox 360, back when they did that, because I had a 360. And I was like, okay, free game, whatever. I don't have that many games for 360. I'm 13. I can't afford anything, whatever. Cool. Let me get Deus Ex. And I really liked Human Revolution. Like, I know that the new Deus Ex games get hate. By the way, if you don't know what Deus Ex is, it's a stealth cyborg game where, like, you're a cyborg guy in the future, which is 2027. The game was made in 2011, so it takes place in 2027, which is like the future, but it's 2025 now. We're coming up on that real quick, which is kind of scary. But it's kind of about like a corrupt, like retro future. I guess it's not really retro. It's just like an idealistic future, where it's like everything's cyborg and I'm trying to remember the storyline properly. But like people are getting cyborg, what's the word, amputations and stuff, like parts of their body are cyborg. And then there's the whole like debate, and it's like the political issue of the Deus Ex 2027 is, do you want to become part robot or do you not believe in it? Because if you become part robot, your body's gonna fight that robot limb that you have, and you're gonna have to take medicine forever and ever, and you have to rely on the healthcare system, which is incredibly corrupt in that game, which, by the way, is a weird social commentary on our current healthcare system. Deus Ex Human Revolution is a really, really good game. And again, it gets a lot of flack because the original Deus Ex, from what I hear, was a very different type of game. And so they changed it when Human Revolution happened. But Human Revolution, as it stands on its own, I think is a really good game because it tells a really compelling storyline. There's a lot of different ways you can play it. You can play it an all murder route. You can play a pacifist route. Really fun, really good game, really well designed levels. Controls are a little clunky because it was not really meant to be a shooter. But it's a really, really fun game, and I love it. So I have Deus Ex Mankind Divided and the original Deus Ex on my backlog because I loved Human Revolution so much, but I haven't pulled the trigger on just fucking booting up the game. Because God knows when you start a game, you never want to just start a game and then leave it forever, because then you forget what was going on and you have to restart from the beginning, and it's just a whole mess. So like when I start a game, I gotta play it through, and because I just don't want to forget it as I go. So yeah, I want to wait to play Deus Ex, but I love Human Revolution. It was a great game front to back. Really interesting social commentary on our current world that we live in. I just love it. Going down the list, I have Far Cry on this is my Steam library, by the way. So I have Nintendo games. I'll look at my Switch in a second. This is just my Steam. Far Cry. I played Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon to their completion. I love both of those games. It's been years since I've played them, but they're the classics. And I played the original Far Cry. I never finished it, but I played a lot of the original, like a good amount of it. The original Far Cry is really good. It gets like overshadowed by 3, by Far Cry 4, by I guess the new ones 5 and 6. But Far Cry is really, really good series, and I have Far Cry 5. Never pulled the trigger on playing it because, surprise, surprise, I used to buy games that I never played. But I do want to play Far Cry 5. Far Cry 6 I heard was okay. I don't know too much about that. But I just want to go down the list. Far Cry 1 and 2 are on my backlog. I just gotta get through that series. But it's so many games, and it's such a big time investment. I'm looking at Far Cry Primal on my Steam library right now. I thought Primal was kind of shit, low-key. I was so excited to play it when I first did. I was like, Far Cry Primal, this looks so cool. I remember when it first came out, I was watching all the YouTubers play it. I was like, this looks so cool. And then I played it, and it's so boring, and it's all subbed because it's all like in another language and shit, which I think was cool. It's immersive. It was just kind of boring. Again, it was wacky. That's what it was. Because you're drinking like animal blood and shit. No, here's the problem that Far Cry Primal had. Far Cry Primal had too many fucking weird mini games where you're playing as like a mammoth, or like you're high on drugs and shit, and you're like, it's just really weird. I want just a good, interesting story. That's what I loved about Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, is it was just wacky, weird. It was a short, bite-sized game. That's what I loved about Far Cry 3, is it had a really interesting, deep hooking story. Although Far Cry 3 gets a lot of shit from the loyalists, Far Cry 1 and 2, again, that was the transition from old gaming to new gaming. Or I guess if you want to just say that it's the transition from the early 2000s to the mid 2000s, like 2013. That's where I think a lot of old game series got a lot of flack, like Fallout did when it came to 3D with Fallout 3. So Far Cry is on my, like, just the whole Far Cry series on my backlog. Skyrim I'm looking at. I've played most of the Elder Scrolls game. I guess, like, because I played Skyrim, I played Oblivion. I never finished Oblivion. I got to the last mission of the game, and then I ditched the game. I played like fucking 100 hours of Oblivion, and I didn't finish it. And I literally got to like the mega gate of Oblivion. I got to the end of the game, and I just never did the final mission, which is so sad because I was like an hour away from finishing it. Anyway, it's been like 10 years, so I gotta go back and replay the game. Oblivion's awesome though. Scrolling down here, I see, gosh, I'm just going through. I have so many. That's Persona. Persona's only on my backlog because other people keep telling me to do it, and those other people are all like weeaboos. My brother loves Persona. He's like, Persona's like the best thing since sliced bread. My ex was all over Persona, and she was like, play Persona, play Persona. It never looked super interesting to me. But Persona's on my backlog, I guess. Let me know what you think about Persona. I'm not like the biggest anime game fan, but I will say my favorite anime game is Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I love Xenoverse for some reason. Like, I am addicted to just making characters and just playing the missions over and over. I have like 100 plus hours on each game, Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. I just love Xenoverse. I don't know why it's my favorite. Bring us Xenoverse 3. Where the fuck is Xenoverse 3, bro? Give us a new Dragon Ball Xenoverse that's not shit. Scrolling down, Call of Duty. I have Vanguard on here because I'm not really a Call of Duty person, but I really strangely liked World War II. It was one of the like off Call of Duty games that I played, and I just really liked it. I don't know why. I thought the multiplayer was good. I thought the single player was good. I thought the zombies was good. World War II gets forgotten about, but Vanguard is the spiritual successor to it. Same company, so I want to play Vanguard. It looks cool. Scrolling down, Danganronpa. My ex made me get it, and I haven't played all the way through it, but it's a visual novel, so it's cool. It just hurts my eyes when I play it because I'm just staring at a screen for hours and hours, just reading text. Arcanum. So I've played a good amount, not a good amount. I played a little bit of Arcanum. I have like a few hours on it. If you don't know what Arcanum is, because why would you know what Arcanum is? It's an old top-down isometric RPG from the 90s that was made by the same studio that made Fallout 1 and 2, Black Isle Studios. Arcanum, from what I played on it, it was interesting. It was really cool. It was very D&D-esque. Like, just it drops a big shit on you of a bunch of lore, and it's like, you're in this world, and these are the different characters. It took me an hour to make my character, just because I was reading all the lore of the different characters, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Okay, now we're gonna get into a big discussion here. Final Fantasy. I fucking love Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. I started with Final Fantasy VII like a normie. I loved 7. I started when they came to the Switch because they added the 3x speed. So good, by the way. If you're ever going to play Final Fantasy 7, 8, or 9, play it on the Switch because, number one, you have the portability, and number two, you have the cheats. And a lot of people be like, I don't like cheats, but trust me, if you have played these games, you will know that these games take fucking forever, and they added this neat little feature in 7, 8, and 9 where, well, not 9, 7 and 8, because for some reason they didn't do it in 9, and I don't know why, and it makes me really upset. Where you can left click your stick and you can have it be at 3x speed of the normal game. Oh my god. Okay, footage here. I called him a little bitch and he's gonna gun me down because I shot the War Memorial. I was like, I have to do it. I'm going up to the War Memorial. I have to. Final Fantasy is one of those series that I love, but I have to systematically go through the game. So I want to make a video on this in the future, like a video essay. Final Fantasy 8 gets way too much hate. Way too much hate. If you've never played Final Fantasy, by the way, go out and play it. Start with 7. 7 is the easiest game to get into of the old golden era games, and it is, in my opinion, the best. I'm in the process of playing Final Fantasy 9 right now. Like, I started it. I'm all the way. I'm on disc 2 of Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9 is really good, but again, I haven't finished it, so I can't speak on it. I've played 7. I've played 8. I've played 10. I didn't play 10-2 yet, because I got stuck on the final boss of 10. So I played through the entire game, got stuck on fucking Sin, and I couldn't beat it. Because for some reason, Final Fantasy X is a decently challenging game, and then the last boss of the game is astronomically stupid fucking boko hard for no reason. It's like harder than Dark Souls hard for no reason. And I got stuck. I literally, it wasn't just like I got stuck for an hour and I quit. I spent days trying to fight Sin in Final Fantasy X, and I just couldn't. I couldn't beat him. I looked up tutorials. I still couldn't beat him with tutorials. I was just so confused. And I looked up guides. I've been trying to go back to it and fight Sin. And he's so fucking hard for no reason. For no reason. I'm like, what the fuck? It killed my Final Fantasy X run. And let me tell you, Final Fantasy X has some moments where there's some mediocre voice acting. I think the game is pretty well voice acted overall. It's just got some moments that are kind of awkward, and I think they're really funny, and they get taken out of context. People are like, this is terrible voice acting. Final Fantasy X had such a good story. It was so amazing. If only they didn't make Sin so fucking hard, so you just can't progress at the end of the game. I want to beat it so bad. I love that story. I'm dying to know how it ends because I somehow didn't get it spoiled, although I'm pretty sure I know how it ends because there's a lot of context clues leading up to the end. But I just want to beat Final Fantasy X. If you're listening this far, can somebody please tell me how to beat Final Fantasy X? I tried maxing out all my overdrive meters. I tried making sure all my characters had like optimal skill trees. Maybe I was underleveled. I don't know. But when you're at Sin, there's no real turning back. You're like in a weird spot of the game where you can't grind. Somebody please tell me how to beat Sin, because I spam overdrive and then he just fucking murders me in one hit. And it makes me upset because I'll spend like 20-30 minutes fighting him or whatever, and then he'll kill me in one hit. And then I'm like, why? Because Sin is this weird boss where he just sits there and he watches you and he does nothing, and he'll maybe like poke your guys, and then his mouth opens and he just fucking slaughters your whole team and you die instantly. You get an insta game over. It's terrible. So if anybody knows how to beat Sin, I would love that. Sorry, I have Final Fantasy X PTSD. Aside from that, on the backlog, I'm trying to play through every Final Fantasy. I played the first one on PSP, and that game is surprisingly confusing. I played it for a few hours. It's good up to a point, but I got lost because, again, there's very little direction in the original Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 2 I want to play because apparently it's really bad. But, again, it's one of those series where I know a lot about each one of the games, like how it sits fan-wise, but I just want to experience the story, so... Final Fantasy is amazing. If you've never played Final Fantasy, it's one of my favorite franchises, even though I've only played like 3 or 4 of the games to their completion. Play Final Fantasy 7 and you will be hooked. You'll be hooked on life. And Final Fantasy 6, I hear, is really, really good, but I haven't played it. So, anyway, I love Final Fantasy. Love it. I'm going to scroll down. What am I seeing from here? There's a lot of weird games in my Steam library. I have I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-looking good dating simulator. I guess that's on my backlog, but I'm going to be real. I have no real pull to want to play Colonel Sanders dating sim. I don't want to fuck Colonel Sanders, so that's weird. Weird as shit. Scrolling down. Do I have anything else in my Steam library? Mega Man. So I did a review on the channel of Mega Man, of the first Mega Man game. I'm going to load my save here, by the way, and then I'm going to be like, fuck this camera angle. I'm going to move to the left anyway. Mega Man, I want to play through the games because I loved Mega Man 1. But there's a lot of games to get through, and I want to do a video review style on it, and Mega Man gave me PTSD because I didn't know how to play it when I first played it. And if you've never played Mega Man, look up, there's like type matchups, like kind of like Pokemon, and I didn't know that, so I was just effectively hitting everyone with normal type moves, and they were fucking me up. They fucked me. That game took me 10 hours to beat, and it's a 3-hour game. That should tell you how bad I struggled on it. But Mega Man, I want to play through the Mega Man games. Telltale games. So, the Walking Dead series, dude. Walking Dead is one of my favorite RPGs ever. I love The Walking Dead. It was super popular years ago. Again, if you haven't played The Walking Dead, or maybe you've watched it, the games are really, really good. Like, they're stupid good. I played the entirety of Season 1, and I played most of the way through Season 2, but I stopped playing near the end. And honestly, it's been so long now that I just want to replay through all of them. But The Walking Dead Season 1 is one of my favorite RPGs. I want to play through Season 2. From what I did play, I played up to like Episode 4. It was really, really good. Really fun, really good story. Telltale is this type of game where it'll tell you an unforgettable, amazing story on your first time through, and if you ever replay it, it'll be the boring same exact thing that you just experienced. So it's like a one and done type game until you forget the story and you want to re-experience it. Telltale games are really, really good. Back to the Future, I want to play. I played the first episode and then I never touched it again. If you want to watch me play it, I recorded it, but it was from 2015, so it's just fucking raw footage, 2 hours of me playing Back to the Future and getting lost for half of it. I don't recommend you watch it, but if you want to dig through my channel and find the Back to the Future video, go ahead. It's not a good video, but I don't know. Maybe if people petition enough and they're like, finish Back to the Future, I'll finish Back to the Future or whatever. I don't give a shit. It's Back to the Future. Back to the Future is a good movie series, and the Telltale game was good from what I played, but it had a different vibe from like Wolf Among Us, which was really good. I'm crossing my fingers for Wolf Among Us too. That game, amazing. So Chrono Trigger, that's on my backlog, dude. Chrono Trigger, I've heard a lot of good things. I bought it because it was on sale, and I never played it, but I hear that it's one of the best RPGs ever made. It's like Final Fantasy, and I'm dying to play it, but I haven't pulled the Chrono Trigger on it yet because it is a commitment of time. It is a large commitment of time, and again, the last thing you want to do with one of these stories-based games is start it, play 10 hours of it, and then drop it, and then forget everything about it, because then you're not going to remember where you are when you pick up the game again, and if you restart it, you're going to feel like, oh, I played through this already. Like, I'm going through the boring exposition part of the game. So I'm going to wait till I'm like, okay, I'm going to play through Chrono Trigger, and then I'm going to pull the trigger on it. So Chrono Trigger is pretty cool. How much time do I got? 8 minutes left to go through the rest of my... I appreciate you if you're listening, by the way, because I'm just going through my backlog, dude. Like, and again, feel free to gush about your backlog. I love the discussion on it. I think it's interesting how we all have one, and it's really, really long that we have these backlogs, but we just never finish it. And I think part of it is just because content is so readily available nowadays. So the thing we're all, struggling with is trying to keep up with how fast our world moves. So that's kind of the problem we have with our backlog, and the fact that games here's okay. Now I'll switch off my backlog for a second. The problem that we have with the gaming backlog is that games take so fucking long to finish now. Every new release is a fucking 50 or 60 hour game, and it's like there's so many of them coming out, and a lot of them are good, a lot of them are shit nowadays too, so throw that in the mix. But they're all really long and they're really expensive. It's like, dude, I can't play all the big releases of games coming out each year, while also living a normal life and not being a fucking caveman to my computer and do these 60-hour games. Like, they're too long. So make them shorter. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, make more optional content for people that really love the game, and make it shorter for people that want to play it and be done with it, And make it a short 8-10 hour story, and like short, sweet. And then if you want to do the extra content, like make them filled with content. That's how it should be, so that way people can play through it. But that's just my thoughts on it. Like, Fallout's kind of like that, kind of not. I don't really know. But some of these games are really, really good. Prey is on my backlog. I bought it when it was on sale and I never played it, but it looks cool. The new Prey by Bethesda. Planescape Torment, also really cool. Another Black Isle game. Black Isle is a really good studio. If you like top-down isometric games like Pillars of Eternity, or any games that have like really good deep stories and you don't mind like the top-down point-and-click gameplay, Black Isle, Interplay, those are really, really good companies to play. If you're looking for games in that sphere, again, there's a lot of games in that like realm that I know of that I just haven't played yet. I'll give you guys a list that you can play. Icewind Dale, I hear, is really good. Baldur's Gate, classic. Planescape Torment is really good. Arcanum is also really good. There's another Black Isle game called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think it's, no, that's Troika. That's Troika. I think also made Planescape. Troika, Black Isle, they're all like of the Fallout team. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. That's also on my that's also on my backlog. That was made by the original, or made by some of the guys that made the original Fallout. I hear it's really good, really buggy because it's dated, but also really, really good game. So Planescape Torment on my backlog for sure. Scrolling down here, what the fuck is Sam & Max? I got that in a fucking Humble Bundle. I'm gonna be real. Stalker. Okay, so I'm gonna make videos on this later, because Stalker they made enhanced editions for these? Get the fuck out of here. They made enhanced editions? What the fuck? Okay, Stalker is one of those games. I played Shadow of Chernobyl like fucking 3 times because I would have these problems where like Windows would break on my computer and I would have to reinstall Windows on my computer and it would erase my fucking file because apparently Stalker games save only locally. They don't save to the cloud. So I had to restart Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Like fucking where's my playtime on this? Cuz is it not here? I got to look this up now. God damn. I started that game fucking 5 times. I have 10 hours on that game, right? And of those 10 hours, it's 3 playthroughs of the first 3-4 hours of the game. Crazy. But eventually I gave up, and once it deleted my save file for the 3rd time, I was like, all right, I'm taking a break from this. But I really want to finish it because I really liked Shadow of Chernobyl. It was a lot of fun. If you've never played Stalker, it's like Fallout, but it's not Fallout. And I'm going to make a video on it at some point in the future. It's basically, it takes place in Chernobyl of Russia. I never understood the story, but I understood that the gameplay was fun as fuck and that it was creepy and weird and it was like Fallout. And I love it. Stalker is a great series. Again, I've only played Shadow of Chernobyl. I found out there's an enhanced edition because it's in my fucking Steam library and I'm looking at it right now. That might be, I might stream it. I might just stream it to get it over with because I don't want to edit videos on it because there's a lot of just kind of walking around in Stalker. Anyway, great game. Stalker's cool. Scrolling down, no, I will never touch Rainbow Six Siege again in my life. That was the sweatiest game I've ever played. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that's also a game I want to play, and I'm pretty sure that's the end of my backlog for my Steam games. We Happy Few is an interesting game that I bought that I never played, but there it goes. When it comes to my Switch, I want to be able to go through all the Zelda games that I have. I'm looking at my Switch right now. I'm also a huge Nintendo nerd, so this is part of the downfall of having the channel that I do. I have a channel that's very centered around PC games, more specifically like Fallout type game, because I had a video that blew up a few years ago on Fallout, and I was like, okay, let me build a fan base on it, and I did. I built a couple thousand subscribers, which hopefully are some of you. If you're not subscribed, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm not going to tell you to, but I'll encourage you to, because I'll love you. And you'll get these videos every week on Friday or Saturday, because sometimes they take a long time to render because they're in 1440p and my computer chugs rendering those videos. So please subscribe, throw the notification bell on. But here's my struggle as a gamer, right? I love Nintendo games, but I also love PC games like Stalker, like Fallout, right? And I just went through my Steam library, but dude, I also got games like fucking I don't even know, like Zelda and Pokemon and what the fuck? Okami, I guess? Pokemon Snap, I have on my backlog. I have a lot of games on my back. Pikmin, I love Pikmin. Dude, I could talk about Pikmin for hours because I fucking love Pikmin. Pikmin's amazing. But the problem is, like, when you're in a gaming sphere, in a gaming niche, people tend to go one lane or the other. They go the PC, you know, hardcore like Fallout route, or they go the Nintendo fun, lighthearted game route. That's why, like, my friend group that I talk to on Discord, they're the Nintendo route. So I talk to them about Nintendo shit, and then when it comes to like hardcore games like Fallout or like scrolling up, oh, Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 is on my backlog too. I love Watch Dogs. Anyway, when I talk about games like that, they just don't relate that much because they just play Nintendo games. So that's kind of my thing about it. Anyway, I know this video is kind of like a gush video. I didn't know how to take it, but anyway, I hope y'all can just gush about your backlog too, rather than hate me for talking about mine. So thank you for watching this video. If you did, I do these videos every week. Sometimes there are hiccups in the process just because, again, I am an adult who works, and I'm also in the middle of getting ready for a move. So it is a whole crazy thing now, but let me know if you have a topic you want me to cover. I'm all ears. This is a podcast that's very flexible. All I do is I literally play Fallout New Vegas and I talk about random shit. You want me to talk about going to fucking weird ass parties in San Diego? I'll fucking do it. You want me to talk about any weird experiences I've had over the past few years? I'll do it. So let me know what y'all want. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your backlogs in the description below. My name is Nicholas. Thank you so much for watching my New Vegas talk show, and you have a splendid day.